To be honest,
Oh.
I'll be less sad than I would have been when Ronan was still alive. Duck. Of course it is. Yep. 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 Master. Uh,
That's horrible. Oh my god.
uh, uh,
Oh shit.
you keep saying you don't, so. Sounds right.
No complaints from the rabbits.
Yeah. Elliot will be, of course, volunteer to partake in this as well.
So Cinder's totally willing, but what's the scoop with Rum Red? Because Rum Red had been offered that training in Greywater, and of course I wasn't present when you guys left Greywater, so I'm like, okay, sure. Mm-hmm. Right. But Cinder's all for it.
You said the rabbits were on board, Beads?
Yeah.
All right, so Crazen naturally will also offer his services. And the crazy train.
I just imagine ACDC, like a CD that was stuck in there.
Yep. Yep. She already has that. She's got the one of them. She's got the generalist one. The emotion whatever the fuck that's called. Yep. Yeah, there's specialist ones that are just one emotion, but she's got the generalist one that can choose which one you manipulate. Mm-hmm. Okay. So how would that go about? How would you work that? Okay, so it's just like a separate ability than the actual ghost mutations. Mm-hmm. So like a Jedi mind trick kind of thing. So okay. I think I think I was experimenting with that by emotional inducement trust to see if I could get people to just believe whatever she said because of the trust that I was enforcing upon them. Right. Right. Okay. Mm-hmm. Got it. Yeah, I'm good for that. Yep. Mm-hmm. Got it. Right. Right. Sure. Mm-hmm. Okay. Sounds good. Right. Okay, so my understanding of driving is probably going to be only partially applicable because his experience with driving is not driving a vehicle like this. He drove basically electric golf carts because where he came from, that was what they used. They didn't use big trucks. They definitely didn't use trucks that spewed, fumes. So everything was electrical. But he'll tell them the basics. Okay, that's to go faster. Press that one, goes fast. Press that one to slow down or stop. Press really hard to stop. You turn like this, and then nope, that's not going to be enough. You're going to just deviate a little bit. You got to really crank it to do a 90-degree turn. Things like that is how he's going to be teaching it. And for the parts that he doesn't understand, he'll just, fake it. He will not admit ignorance. He'll just say, "Yep, well, you just can't understand this because you're a primitive life form." Not that he's doing that all the time, but he'd rather do that than admit his own, failure to know all the things in the universe.
Mm-hmm. He being a rat, his teeth constantly grow. So if he gets bored at all, he just starts gnawing at the steering wheel.
Okay, he would definitely get a gib slap for that from Cinder. He was like, "Gnaw on something else. Gnaw on your own leg, damn it." You gotta have a steering wheel to steer. That's an important part of this process.
Give him an ear.
You eat the steering wheel, it's not gonna work.
That's one of those
Nerd
like
Tech
chain
6
steering wheels.
is crazy and break. He points to the mechanics.
Cinder just shakes his head and thinks about replacing the steering wheel with something, pure metal that he can't just gnaw away at.
Oh, he'd love that. Yeah.
Yep. No, we need alloy. We're gonna waste alloy on a fucking steering wheel just to deal with this rat gnawing on it.
He finds something that's tough enough that he can just starts biting on. Like his rations are mostly like just really tough jerky that he just will just be sitting there chewing on.
There's no wood in the high desert, so it's probably just like bones. Got a bone stick instead of a
Yeah.
stick.
It's his portable bone. He occasionally will just probably has a limb from one of the lurker drones or suicide drones that he keeps on his belt. Yeah.
Turned out better. Yeah, I thought it was great too. Vision I improved my staff. Let's come out better. Just letting you know.
But it's probably best Cinder does teach him, because as soon as Cinder would take him out for a test drive, Krazen just floors it immediately with no inkling of self-preservation.
Hey, you know what, Tim? If I were to bring in a different character right now, you know who I'd want to bring in? Sir William. You know who Sir William is? My hedge knight from your game. Yeah. Just cause I've been wanting to play this guy for ages, and I'm like, yeah, the Blood and Glory one. I mean, we basically, decked him out with stuff that would make him fairly competitive. I mean, he can't shoot a gun with shit, but yeah. No, no. If I did bring him in, I'd rather have him come in through like a dimensional portal or some shit like that.
There's a history of that.
We're getting to that. Okay. I'm sure there's other characters I could bring in through a dimensional portal, but that's one that comes to mind immediately.
Team. I had an idea. So I just thought about it. So since this lovely character that we're gonna introduce is a self-proclaimed Mouseketeer, what if she is here at Bittertoe as a squire in, or yeah, like a prospect?
Why does she have to be specifically watching Crazen, Tim?
She probably would though be a little interesting.
They all look alike.
He's there. Yeah.
Height difference notwithstanding, they all look alike.
There is a long history of the rodents not getting along.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, she's ready.
Yeah, but the people who aren't from the Underwarrens don't know this shit.
So half the party is from. I think almost half the party is from the Underwarrens now.
That may be, but the people that aren't are going to make bad assumptions.
I don't know. I'm kind of leaving her birthplace like unknown. Like you can probably assume that she's from the Underwarrens, but at the moment I'm not sure like where she would be from.
Hey, don't talk bad in your boat, new home.
Well, she's really stealthy. So
I think it's the robot. Yeah, stealthy is one of the bunch.
That's right. Yeah.
This is not true.
This is sarcasm. You got your inability to read this as sarcasm concerns me.
I'm stupid. Yeah, no, I literally just, I imagine her, she kind of creeps around and then she, does the mouse thing, she runs along the walls, skitters away. Is weirdly everywhere.
Being stalked.
Beans stalked?
Bean stalked? Gotta
make a token. Wait.
Okay. Let's play peekaboo then. Array will notice this and kind of like start acting in churn. So, what's her name?
Her name is Twix.
Twix? Okay, so yeah, she'll start noticing the odd behavior of Twix and then start kind of mimicking it. Like, as she starts out of sight, Ray will find like a hiding spot or whatever, or just around the corner kind of thing. Start mimicking, yeah.
Is this in her sight, or is it like, is she like mocking her?
A bit half, yeah. Make it a little bit obvious
Oh, okay.
that she's kind of like getting out of sight, but then yeah. Ray's just trying to like to eventually like kind of coax her into getting cornered. Roll agility.
Oh no.
I can roll agility.
Opposed agility rolls.
All right, let's get out the tape measures.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it chicken? A game of chicken who blinks?
Oh my god.
Oh no!
That's a great way to start there, Rhea.
Walks around the corner, slips on a banana peel.
You still pass, thankfully. Oh my god.
Yeah, wow.
I'm glad I got that one out first.
Wow. Just wow.
Oh, hang on. What was it? A?
Yeah. What's your agility?
70.
I mean, anything? Yeah, you pass.
72. Cat and mouse.
Yeah, it sounds like Rhea's trying to. Yeah, it sounds like Rhea's trying to get Twix cornered.
How'd you get up there? Ooh.
Whoa!
Oh my god!
No, Twix.
To still pass,
It
you
is
need
a
to
pass,
roll less
yeah.
than 90.
I don't have a picture for her yet. Damn it. Hang on.
She's now like just goading Twix like further and further upwards. Like the bitter toe is a tower, right? Yeah.
Mm. Oh my god.
Yeah, that's a pass.
Good question. Where are the stairs? Yeah, get her to the stairwell. Probably move up the stairs. And like jump back down the stairs, end up below her.
Yeah, she'll
Yeah. This is going on forever. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's rapidly deteriorating.
Let me think. She's in the stairs, right? Is it like a winding? Yeah. No. I imagine she like jumps off of like she jumps on the wall that it's like ascending from, and she just jumps down and starts running down the stairs.
Dracula's here. Damn
She's
it.
doing this on 4 legs, by the way. She doesn't run like a person. She's literally like getting on paws and running.
One of the unfortunates.
Shit.
Oh, that's
Oh,
that's
wow.
it.
That's a fail for Rhea.
Yeah. No, Rhea still got it, I think. What's Rhea? Oh, no, wait. I think we both failed.
We fall down the stairs. She falls on top of me.
Come here, you little shit.
You are heavy. Gee.
Fuck. You want to explain yourself now?
What? Gee. Explaining. Gee.
Gee.
Yeah, she told me about some of the quirks of her speaking pattern, and God bless her, she's doing it.
All right, yeah, Ray's gonna stand up and just like pick her up by the back of the collar, just kind of hold her out in front of her. You're staring. You keep peeking. Keep bothering me. What is it that you want?
Gee. She's breathing really heavily. You know, like the little, the quick breathing. So you just see her lungs palpitating.
Yeah, just panic.
I saw Chi. Your group Chi. Want to join Chi.
Oh shit!
I don't know if I should
Just
keep
kinda
doing
gives
this.
her a
Rune
good
looks
stare.
upset. Rune looks
No,
very
it's perfect.
upset.
You gotta commit to the bit.
Yeah, that you have to keep doing this now.
Oh,
No,
sounds good.
yeah.
I'm getting flashbacks of Red Bull and like the little bird.
Yeah, I speak in chirps and shit. Shit impediment.
Ray just gives Twix a long stare and without saying a word, marches back over towards the rest of the party while
thought
still holding her by the back of the collar.
her little legs are hanging there.
I'm just gonna interject something here. Imagine Krazen and Cinder just getting back from a drive, and Krazen gets out of the car and like walks to the passenger side to greet Cinder. Like it gives like a respectful like nod, and says, "Others say you may have stick up ass, but Krazen thinks you good, teacher."
So Cinder is like giving you this glare. So even though you just said he was a good teacher, he's giving you this glare and saying, "Who said this? I want names. I want times. I want places. Speak."
Yeah, Krazen like doesn't remember names, but he's looking around to find like the people saying that. No, they're all gone. Like, they, just, the rat ratted. Wow. So yeah, Cinder sees Krazen kind of like just pointing around general directions, just like but like clearly trying to find them. Like they're gone now.
Right. Sure. He's taking notes. He's like, "Oh, all right. I see who left. Yep. All right. Yep. Yep. There'll be repercussions."
Krazen like opens his mouth to say something else to Cinder, but seeing that Rhea just speaks up there, he Krazen's eyes turn like kind of casually to look at Rhea, then seeing the mouse, his eyes go wide.
This belonged to you. Is this one of yours?
Huh. Flee.
Fuck hell no! That thing thief!
Ray just kind of looks at Twix, looks back at Krazen. Well, do you want it?
Krazen like you see Krazen like rub his stomach, like pondering how he could eat this thing.
Gee. She starts like kicking.
Cinder is again, intervening here and saying, "Hey, stupid rat. They're talking about something other than eating. You're always trying to eat. Want to knock
Yes.
those teeth out of your mouth so you don't have to gnaw so much."
But they grow back. He'll pull on his lip and show like one tooth that few weeks ago did fall out, but it is in fact growing back.
It would give me a respite. It might be worth it. Nope, nope.
No, he likes it.
He likes it.
Oh,
Joan of Arc.
do we already have a Joan?
Johnny.
I thought we did have a Joan of the Ark. It was Joanne, the spouse to the guy we're hunting. Remember?
Was it?
This could also be Joan. That's fine. I just say like just.
God damn it! There wasn't really a lot of women. Mulan.
Yes, I'm
didn't
on
count
board
that.
with Mulan now.
Wait, really?
Go on.
No.
Yeah.
Let's go.
There's an exchange going between Cinder and Rhea. The whole time, also Krazen's like snout will be like turning to face the person talking, so like cranes up to look at Cinder, then twists really hard, look back down at Rhea.
That's a big nose.
Big boss. Big boss.
Yeah.
Krazen will point to Mulan, who's like, I'm assuming holding a hand out like expectantly.
Hand her over.
Square, take Twix.
Yes. Disgusting, you trained those pest freaks.
Her ear flicks. Yes.
They're gonna be constipated. At this point, conveniently, almost crushing Crazon under his boot, Iliad will appear. And like also kind of like stepping between Cinder and Rhea. Was that the? Oh no, he doesn't even notice their argument. He's just like focusing on like the scout who returned. What news? What news? I see. So this thing popped up out of nowhere. You're You did a smart thing there, Scout. Now, go report to the mess, get yourself some water, relax. Right. Are you two done?
No, he still needs an ass kicking.
I think I could drop kick you over the wall, little Rhea.
Have to hit me first.
Let's find out.
So neither of you have interest in this, then. He'll, like, show the missive to them. A tower, D7, that just showed up out of nowhere, spewing radiation.
Mm-hmm. Ah. Okay. Yeah. That shouldn't be there. That sh-
Huh. So, oh yeah, that's bad. I mean, she'll clue in the party on this. That's probably what is coming from the underwards. Possibly some damage to some sort of water unit. Very weird that it's contained such a small area.
I see. Well, if you have any interest in helping with this situation, I'm going to take this to Dama. Probably go myself. Everyone's welcome to come along.
Can Twix come along?
Mouse did say she wanted to join.
What? What the
Yeah.
hell is that thing?
Follow me around. Wanted to join. And Cinder for getting his ass kicked.
Gee, I am menopause. Twix.
You are so delusional, Rhea.
You are
The moment will come. Maybe not just yet.
I am what I call a musketeer. Gee.
Oh, you're one of the new recruits.
Gee.
Well, I like initiative, and you show that. So, yes. What'd you say? Menet pause.
She shows her little pink paws. Gee.
Menet pause. Twix, you may come along. And Iliad will address Mulan saying, I'm taking this one. Field work.
Gee. She crawls up on him to get onto his shoulder.
I realized she would easily fit just to sit there, because she's, what, only 2 feet tall?
She's a 1'11".
Shit.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. He's a big.
Yeah, Iliad will start walking towards the command center to show this to Domina.
She starts sniffing around your metal. Gee, very old. Gee.
You're not like crazy. You're not going to try to start chewing on me, are you?
Gee. No.
I like you better already.
She pulls out the dagger that she's been chewing on.
In the back, Crazen mumbles, "Fuck, screw you, knight."
Her tail is like twitching.
But Crazen does follow behind because this sounds like an excuse to drive his car again.
Yeah, Ray will take along. Come on, Senator.
Where are we going?
Don't forget about me.
We're gonna...
Doing a meeting. Kid, shouldn't you be in bed?
Yeah, shouldn't Kid be asleep right now?
Hey, what time is it? Oh, okay. Never mind. I'm not here.
Somebody wake her up.
No, wait, I'm not supposed to be here. And she Gaussian blurs away.
It's just spooky.
Yeah. Yeah. Mhm. Yep. So yeah, heads towards that.
Domina.
Yeah, Tadama. Yeah, that one. Oh, I'm taking anyone who's anyone in my party who's willing to come along. Radiation shielding or no, we do have that vehicle, however, which I'm gonna try to remember my corrupted databanks if that does have radiation shielding. I think it may have. Okay.
Enough. Enough. Sorry, is the vehicle equipped with a radiation detector?
Not a radiation detector, but it might be protected from radiation. I'm double checking real quick. I know it came with a bunch of shit. It might have the detector. Hold on.
Ray has a detector, is why I ask. So we should be able to skirt the worst of it.
I forget what page the vehicles are on.
Cinder chased radiation on the wind.
Yeah.
Cinder
Um,
also happens to have a military grade rad suit, so he's not afraid. Hmm. That's what I'm trying to understand is what the fuck the effect of that is.
Yeah, you made it.
Hey, what's up?
Hey.
Oh,
You missed my mouse.
The hero
Gee.
could returns. There's no
GG.
returns.
Eeh. Oh no.
So rude. Okay, so yeah, not radiation protection, but does have a scanner as well.
Okay.
I don't know if the vehicle scanner is any different than the personal scanner for radiation.
I assume maybe just a slightly longer distance for detection. I think the handheld one's like 20 meters or something.
Yeah, I'd imagine it'd be roughly like that. Some kind of like longer range, like the equivalent of a rifle barrel versus a pistol barrel.
It also has digital spotting scope, identification broadcaster, proximity detection system, flip out computer, advanced communicator, and beacon locator. How's that standard? Sure, yeah, he's using those. The passenger is definitely having to use all that stuff on the computer. Oh wait. So who are we all bringing with? Because passengers in the vehicle.
Rhea's going. Mira could come too. She has the new lurker drone robot. So what kind of capabilities do the suicide drones have? So they do have visual feedback. Okay. So we could have some suicide drones kind of do recon in the area first before going in.
It's a good idea, Rhea. You should obtain your sister.
So who do we all have going?
Cinder.
So, yeah, sounds like Cinder, Rhea,
Mira.
Mira, Twix. That's her name. The new character, Twix.
Ah.
You want to say it's Trix.
I mean, you could.
And Iliad and Krazen. We got 5 so far, it sounds like. So that has a total of passenger of 10, but again, I think the beast folk only count as half, so technically we're down to like
Especially
2.5.
when one is a foot tall.
Mm-hmm.
4 on the inside, 6 on the outside.
So then, who's not coming? Rumred.
Rumred's currently in Greywater, it sounds like, and it's been a month since last
okay,
mission.
okay.
Yep. So time has passed.
All right, then yeah, Duke and Doc will be more than happy to come.
Okay, awesome. I'm so glad to hear that because as they are leaving Domina's command center and obtaining Duke, Iliad approaches him and says, "Sir Duke."
Yes, Lord Commander.
He
Duke
reaches
trots
up.
over.
He reaches up on her shoulder, grabs the scruff of Twix, and drops her in front of Duke. Squire.
Ah, I am to have a squire, it would seem.
Yes, this is Man at Paws Twix, as she introduced herself.
I will ask for any of her credentials in Ratfolk.
I am a mouse. Gee.
Understood. I believe the dialect is slightly different then.
I am a musketeer. Gee.
You're a musketeer then.
Gee.
Excellent.
I am taking applicants. He taps her paws.
Very well then. I shall look forward to teaching the different variations of swordplay. And I hope to learn from thee as well.
Gee. I have 2 pistols. Gee.
Oh.
She shows off her little holsters that are holding these little guns.
It's like a kid. This is
Small.
showing off her favorite toys.
No.
She is, yeah.
Well then, let us make for our journey. You can fill me in on the way.
Gee.
Yep, as they're walking along, Iliad will actually pass the missive over to Duke to show that that's describe it essentially like a spire in D7, right? It's it just showed up overnight, essentially, is from what I understood, and it's leaking radiation. A lot of it, from what I understood. Rhea says it's the same type of leak or what have you that could compromise a colony down in the Underwarrens.
Well, if the radiation and the appearance of a random spire, both on their own accord, warrant concern, doubly so if together.
How many scout teams did we lose there again? One scout team's vanished off the face of the earth after investigating it.
Then that is why I shall attend. If there is a potential that they can be saved, I shall make it my duty to save my charges. Make room. Tick, 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 tick.
I think Iliad's the only one who's not put off by Doc's weird frame.
Gee.
If anything, like, he's more comfortable with Doc just because another robot.
Yes. Then let's not waste time. It would seem Cinder is ready as any to empty ammunition into a target.
Always.
Slaps the side of the vehicle. Let us roll, Krazen.
Fraser pops in through the window and starts the vehicle.
I also forgot, yeah. I forgot about Doc, so upon seeing Doc, Twix actually like recoils and tries to hide under the seat because anything that doesn't look friendly hides.
I mean, yeah, he can't exactly smile or do anything. He's a brain in a jar.
So
He bubbles slightly.
I'm gonna go back to the desert. I don't know what map everyone else is on, but I'm going back to desert combat map just to figure out where people are sitting. Okay, yep.
Pillar.
The pillar, the black spire.
You can just say it's the Dark Tower. It's okay.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Which way are we coming in from? South. Gotcha.
But you know him. He's liable to go north, south, east, or west.
All right, in the south west corner, you'll find the crazy train station for people where they're
The
sitting.
crazy train station.
Bum 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 bum.
You can have a total of 4 people inside, and then 6 outside.
Excellent.
And the beast folk only count as half, mind you. So, but because they're too small to really take up that much room.
Yeet.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And make note of who is, manning what gun. Passenger seat gets the MG, and then the gunner seat has that missile launcher. Oh, by the way, I wanted to say, is Krazen during that month time, was he able to shake anyone down for extra ammunition? Damn it.
Like regular gunpowder? Mira's a gunsmith, so she can do reloading.
And Argo does have Temtech.
So I mean, like, all right. So in that time, for heavy, rifle rounds, how many could we have theoretically made? Okay, I'm gonna go. Yeah, I'm gonna go double check how much that was because I forgot. Look, I have no idea where I got this from. I do. Yeah, yeah. Crazy just found this without anyone dying.
Yeah, I was wondering that, but I didn't say anything. I was like, he's got a reason. Because we're running a tight ship here. Consume. It's just- Conspicuous.
I don't think radiation does that.
I
Typically,
Duke's just looking at it. I would say not.
So there's those bodies there, yeah.
How many missiles do we have again?
Yeah.
Oh,
Was that a
I could do
number?
it. I could do a test shot from here with my known and see if we can even damage the structure.
We have 3 in pod, only 5 extra left. Should save.
Let's see, how far are we looking at from here? You said it was about 1 kilometer, yeah?
Oh wait, the drones, suicide drones.
yeah, but I'm not going to tell them that, so they can go ahead and make their test shot and see what happens. Because I'm not telling them that that's white hole technology, and that might come out. So he's just not going to talk about it. Yep. He didn't mention it before. He's not mentioning it now.
I'll take a shot.
Actually, sorry. Before you do that, do you want to waste a rocket, or do you want me to use one of her suicide drones?
All I was going to do right now is paint. Yeah, I was going to say I could try painting it, but yeah, if you're going to go ahead and do that first.
Oh, what do you mean painting it?
Well, for the wrist-mounted rocket, you put an infrared paint or an infrared mark on the target.
Oh, guiding laser. Okay.
But how far out are we? Okay, then yeah, I can't hit it from there anyways.
I don't think the
There's a
drones can
chance-
go that far either.
I was going to say, there's a chance that the rocket's just going to run out of fuel by the time it gets there.
I think, yeah. Yeah, that's right.
So,
Hmm.
I mean, isn't it Mirror Lurk? Isn't she the lurker?
Yeah, she's currently inhabiting that.
So she could just go, yeah. Don't you have the rocket booster too?
Won't work for the
Oh, never
lurker
mind.
drone. Too heavy. Yeah.
Damn. I guess we could. Yeah, we could just wait then.
Just remember, radiation's bad for digital beings too.
Yeah.
Bad for everything.
Yep.
As shitty as it sounds, maybe an organic should try because they get with the thing we took. Do we get double the rolls?
Now, if anyone should go, it's Cinder because he has the military rad suit and it reduces intensity of radiation by 2 levels, at least for the first hour. So, I know he probably needs a rad meter though or something to bring with him because him tasting the wind isn't going to be a thing when his rad suit's sealed up.
Yeah, Ray will toss him the his or red detector.
Plus, he can't tell degrees of radiation. He can just know that radiation is there. So Cinder volunteers to scout ahead with his rad suit and the thing to try to get a sense of how bad the radiation is. And then, of course, he has his own agenda of trying to see if there's really a shield here and if it's white hole tech.
Doc will actually produce a few. Do we have a number of how many scouts had gone? Like how many were in the party? All right.
Judged by the bodies around the tower.
Yeah, Doc's going to produce about 7 or so or ion tablets. Cinder, if you manage to find anyone living amongst them, here. If you could give them one of these. At the very least, it'll help diffuse some of the radiation.
Gee,
If they're alive, sure.
That is my ideal hope, but I'm a pragmatist first and foremost.
Yeah. It looks like there's bodies on the ground, so I'm not too optimistic, but let's have it just as a precaution.
Agreed. If need be, feel free to take them yourself.
Sure.
Like, again, Doc knows he is an android, but he feels he has a reason that he's been quiet about it.
Yep,
and it is doctor-patient confidentiality as far as he's concerned.
Yeah, he's certainly not dissuading anyone of that idea, so that he's organic. So, yep, he is going to get on the sand striders and start striding away towards this location 1 kilometer away. Yep. Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Right. Mm-hmm. 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 Okay. Right. But this spire itself isn't ringing any bells. It doesn't appear to be any kind of white hole tech. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Got it. Right. Okay.
My name in college. Yes. I had to make up for not being here for a little while.
Okay. Hmm. Right. Right. Sure. So is it medium intensity at this point? What intensity are we talking? Okay. Okay. What? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Tim, I have a quick question. Does the shield and or the radiation interfere with my communicator? Am I able to, yeah, am I able to get any kind of connection back with the rest of the group? Shoot up. I'm trying to repeat over and over. Um, Scouting party looks dead. Um, Celestial object from outer space, it looks like. And I'll just keep saying that over and over again. Hopefully they get it at some point. Mm-hmm. Right. Interesting. Right. Oh, sure. Mm-hmm. Got it. Mm-hmm. Ah, right. I am scanning the ground for like tracks. I don't have very good tracking, but I have a little. So I'm trying to see, if whoever arranged these bodies left any visible signs. Right. Mm-hmm. I'll start transmitting that. Finding tracks of large insect type creature. Believe they may have moved the bodies to the positions they're in, not in the natural position. Uh, so unclear number. It doesn't look to me like it's just one. Unclear on numbers. Possibly more than one. So any other details to this obelisk that I'm looking at? I'm not gonna try to track the tracks right now. Sure. Hmm. Right. Got it. Right. Right. All right. I am. I don't think having any other methodology of investigating this without going hands-on. Do I think with the way this is shifting and I can't focus on it that there's any way for me to, make contact with it to try to look for like an opening to it or something? Yes. Right. I'm gonna make that.
Yes, touch the space obelisk.
Oh, come on. I've watched here. Anyways, um, right, right. And that's what I'm probably hoping for. So yeah, he's gonna actually try to touch it. Hmm. Got it. So just a reminder, I do have an optical concealment generator, so I probably have some concept of what this could be. And so I'm not. I'm actually going to close my eyes and not get distracted by the visual and try to just focus on my sense of touch and trying to feel out the the shape and whether or not there's any features to this besides smooth metal. Mm-hmm. 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 Right. Mm-hmm. Right. Right. All right. I am going to check all the bodies one more time because I don't know that I did. I only remember checking 3 or 4. Um, and mhm, 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 mhm. Yeah. Right. Mhm, mhm,
I made a
mhm.
rendition. It's on my Twitter.
Oh yeah, I remember. She did some art of that. Anyway.
Down with DOA.
Sure. Right. So after I've viewed all the bodies and make note of any oddities, I will start to head back towards the party. Well, wait. Before I do that, in what direction did I feel these divots that I believe are tracks seem to be going in the final estimate? Did they just go around in circles and then disappear, or did they actually lead somewhere? They do. In what direction? North, south? Like they scattered and went in, and even that with that I can't gauge a number. Oh, mm-hmm. Got it. Got it. All right. I start heading back. Mm-hmm. Okay. Right. And it's just starting after I pass the shield and not when I was in the shield. As I'm walking away. So I haven't gone past the shield. Okay, I'm trying to tune in on where the tapping is coming from. Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, having made note of that, I still turn around and leave and start heading back to the party. Okay. Yep. So when I get there, I try to gather everyone and say, all right, so uh, I'm not an expert in this,
We
but
dropped down.
certainly looked like maybe some kind of spacecraft came down. It's caused the sand to turn to glass, and there's definite, carbonation marks that make it appear that it could have been something like this. I mean, I've very little information to back this up, but I've read a little bit about pre epoch history and yeah. Anyways, moving on. There is a bunch of bodies around it, some of which are our scouting party, but there's some oddly dressed ones. I mean, they just seem to be dressed a little different than our typical folks here. There's no like junk gear on them. The cloth and everything else seems to be fully new manufacture and not what you typically see these days. Um, Nothing looked recycled. Nothing looked, um, like I said, junk crafted. So a little odd. Some odd heraldry there too.
What was the heraldry?
Oh, it looked like a knight with a glowing sword fighting a winged cat with like spikes or spines coming out of it.
Does that heraldry ring any bells for Iliad? Bizarre. Perhaps a different order?
Sounds alien to me.
Mayhap.
Mud Twix.
May also be an order not of the high desert. But much has changed.
Regardless, there are bodies we need to recover.
Yes, by about that, there does appear that there could be something inside of this, and there's some kind of visual distortion field around it. It changes how it looks, but if you were to close your eyes and reach out, you would find that it is a metallic sphere, and that there's some divots or impressions on it that is in one spot, but other than that, it's pretty consistently just smooth metal. And there's some kind of sound coming from in it, which makes me believe there could be something inside. But there also seem to have been tracks of some kind of insectoid creature. And it appeared that after they arranged these bodies in what seemed a fairly respectful manner, they're laid out in peaceful manner with their hands crossed across their chest, their weapons on their chest, and so forth. But they then apparently entered the sands, like dove into or dug into the sands. So I don't know what that represents. But yes, there do appear to be some oddities here. There is definitely a shield. You remember that shield that some of the heavies that we fought back in Greywater had? The very tough shields that we had trouble getting through?
Underneath Duke's eye patch, an eye shifts over towards Krazen.
Yeah. Krazen, thinking, like, clearly trying to think really hard. Ah, yes, the big ones, they blow up good, yes.
Yes. So, like, the one that blew up after the grenade got thrown inside the shield, that kind of shield. Apparently, something like that is around this object. I couldn't see a clear source of it. The radiation, by the way, in there is roughly at the, and I give a reading of what medium radiation ought to be in a scientific term, whatever the fuck that is. And hand the radiation reader back to Rhea, by the way.
So,
yeah, it's probably got some rads to it. Yeah.
I didn't think about
scared.
that.
Aw, poor little bunny. Can't
I'm green enough to say,
if we fast, it won't hurt
I've
us.
laughed for the first time in 5 years. You made me laugh, Ray. I'm happy. Not
Krazen drives now, yes.
I'm over it now.
Cheat rat with drive.
Sure, you want to make the whole thing glow in the dark? Yeah, drive right up to it there, Krazen.
You've
That's
not
smart.
dissuaded him yet.
Okay.
A glowing car sounds cool to him.
Also, all of your fur and your teeth will fall out, and this time they won't grow back.
Oh, cheat, don't like that.
And then you die. So, if
Don't
that's
like that.
okay with you, go right ahead.
Krazen starts the car.
Just
After a long stare at Cinder, and then just kind of like, while still
And
staring.
puts his hand up to his forehead and just shakes his head and said, "Why did I try to reason with this primitive beast?"
oh,
Oh,
You bastard.
oh
that's
no.
a shame. God dang it.
Stream over. Be in my trailer.
Alright, guys, that
Man.
was the Mutant Epoch. Subscribe for more, and we'll see you guys next session. Bye.
Quick, doing a bridge version.
Wow. Robbed. That was
hurts.
like robbed.
Yep.
How long have we been streaming for?
Hour and a half.
Yeah, hour and a half.
None of that's been picked up?
I mean, if
Well,
it
we were
helps any, the
watching, I
stream
guess.
itself has been producing audio.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
well, that's something.
The actual stream itself, I'm watching it simultaneously. I was able to hear that at least. Let's see.
Yeah, we went back
Testing,
just so
111.
random,
Well, at least the important people are coming through.
Yeah, the players are coming through. There's my headset. Now my headset's coming through. God, that's good job on me. My audio just did not. That's awful. An hour and 25 minutes into the stream, and I learned that my audio wasn't actually working. That's good job OBS, you did it again.
Tight ship.
Oh my god, it was just it did the same thing with the freaking. That was my fault. I updated and didn't check my
Terrible
audios.
decision, really.
Yeah, it happens all the time. I'll leave the stream up there. It's fine. So those of you guys are. I'll put a thing at the beginning of this, like saying like what is going on. But for those of you who didn't hear, I'll try to recap it, and for the most part, I hope that it works out. Oh my god. Yeah, and Will, thank you, because you were the one that I just got your email, and I was like, wait, my audio's not in? And I'm like, oh, son of a bitch. Fucking OBS.
Well, at least Will clued you in.
Yeah. Always something with Stamper. All right. So, who's going to go down there and check this thing out?
Crazy.
Books can go.
He's taking the car.
I come too. Gee.
Matt,
So everyone either barrels out of the car or you're going for a ride on the crazy train.
I mean, Cinder's not worried. He's got his rad suit, so
Dude gets out. Ah, you got it.
No, it's fine. It would seem nobody else's.
What's your sense of adventure, Duke? You took that pill, you should be fine.
Duke pinches the tip of his beak.
Bill.
that's
Thou art correct. Thou art correct, Lord Commander. To hell with it. I've led a good life for a duck.
We'll be fast, in and out.
20 minutes.
20-minute adventure.
20-minute adventure, in and out.
Duck is arbitrarily trying to adjust settings on his body.
Oh god, yeah.
I think I have a way to make this sturdier.
Could he have theoretically got like a serum that also gives him that bonus?
Oh, for Doc? Nah, he's not worried about it.
Okay. Alright, never mind then. Trying to help you out here, man.
I do appreciate, but I believe in going down with the ship, as it were.
There we go. That's good stuff. All right.
For some reason, being a brain in a jar has changed the way that my transhuman brain functioned. I enjoy adventure. Oh,
Tally ho! That's too funny. All right. So coming up, screaming through, the vehicle hits that dilettante energy shield, and it doesn't hit it like boom crash, but it hits some kind of like spongy resistance. And so the vehicle slows down, and then there's an energy buildup, a loud screech noise, and then what feels like a... You ever get that sensation when you break glass? And that you have that like electric feeling sometimes when you break a large sheet of it? It's like a slight rebound. Yeah, that's the sensation. That's what happens when you strike this thing, and you feel it shatter. And as the shield comes down, and a wave of energy rushes from the obelisk, the ejected image that was covering the spherical ball melts away. And all around you, coming up out of the sands. So we're going to put the vehicle...
Up on this hill here.
All right. So all about the area up here. Foglings.
Ooh, foglings. That's worse than scorpions.
Foglings. Foggy dogs.
Oh, shit. Man, these things are tough.
Oh, hello.
Missile boom good for these, yes!
So I got to roll 8 D100s for them.
Excuse
you. Duke wrecks back the first round in the heavy machine gun.
Yeah, my dedicated gunner.
No.
Rhea, can I assume you're on the missile launcher, or? Yeah, who's gonna be on the missile launcher?
Who wants to be on? I can put the mouse on the missile launcher.
Gee.
Oh boy, that's the
Congratulations, soldier! You've been promoted.
'Tis no better way to prove one's mettle than in the fire.
She starts. Her whole body is like shaking because she's so excited.
No.
Ray just leans over to Crazy and is like, "Do all the rats shake like that?"
She mouse. Small. Only good for pot.
Gee, what?
What?
The doc chimes in. I believe it has to do with their metabolic rate.
Wait. How heavy is this thing?
Who? The
I mean,
gun.
it's mounted, so it's not like you're picking it up and.
Yeah,
with it.
but can she man this? She brings up a good point.
She's
only 2 feet tall.
It's on a pintle mount, so I think she'd be fine.
Yeah,
But what
it's
is
just she has to stand versus being in a gunner's seat.
Okay, yeah, okay.
So she's probably standing like straddle standing over top of where the gunner seat normally would be. Or if it helps any, Doc will be more than happy to hunch down in the gunner seat and she can stand on top of his head.
Give her some of the silt striders.
Needs to.
Oh, true. Yeah, I could give her a steel strider, but that doesn't help her in her sitting situation. She still has to stand.
It just looks like a toddler.
Doc will lift a small pillow and put it on top of his friggin' dome so she can sit on it. There you are. More comfortable.
She does so immediately.
Iliad will call from the outside, like holding onto the back. Now, Grayson, I understand you're probably going to want to rush one of these things, but let's try to not do that immediately.
Duke's gonna lean over his shoulder, like eye patch, looking over to Rhea. What are the odds that he listens? I've got 10 silver that he doesn't.
You know what? I'll also bet 10 silver. He doesn't.
Night Iliad, are you in this bet?
All right.
Iliad's not much of a gambling man.
As my foul mother doth state, never bet on a sure thing.
All right, initiative.
I believe +4 is still our best bet.
That's +5 now.
Oh ho! Upgrades.
Go for it.
Twix, that's your cue.
Roll it, Twix. You got this.
Twix, you're +5. By the way, we go first.
Yeah, there's absolutely no way. I just want to see how bad you get pantsed.
That's an 11.
Well, there you go.
Oh, I guess I
Okay.
could have. Sorry about that. I could have.
Oh, you're fine. You're good.
Yeah, +5. Freaking minute pause. God. I can't believe that I didn't catch all of my freaking maniacal laughter when you were introducing that character earlier. Describing the whole. I'm so
All right,
sad.
so movement first, right?
Yeah, movement first. For the vehicle.
Vroom, vroom.
Vroom, 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 vroom. This is
Gotta
gotta
make the sounds.
Yeah, you have to make the sounds. Just
If
like,
it runs something over, can I pass over it, or do I stop when I?
if it manages to run it over, it's gonna be a strength test. See who gets the better out of it, because these creatures are 810 kilograms.
Oh, okay.
They're big.
There was an 800.
So anyway, Krazen rams into the fogling.
Yep.
I don't know if we have a horn, but Duke's gonna just make a freaking moose sound.
Damn, I have to actually scale these
There we
bad
are.
boys up a bit because they are way undersized to what they're supposed to be.
Uh-oh. That would have been more important information before we rammed into it.
I think it's crazy, and he would have ran
Trying
into
to
it
tell ya.
regardless.
We're
You could be-
closer, but now they're bigger.
You could have been shooting at them during this. It's moving and shooting.
I'm still spraying.
Quick starts squeaking.
Yes, there.
Woo!
Finally, a worthy opponent.
My.
Yeah, because I had them scaled for the other map, or sorry, the token map, not for here.
Here we go. Okay, I gotta actually look at-
Oh god, they're not robotic.
No, they're partially.
But they're not hackable.
No, they're not. They're foglings.
That's the important thing. They're not hackable.
Yeah, they're CPUs. You can disrupt them though.
Because Mira is so good at that.
They can be disrupted. All right, so you ram it. That would so for ramming it, you just got to make that test. You got to make that hit. Now, there's going to be something weird about their bodies when all the damage is
Firing machine
allocated. Yep.
Oh no.
1 miss, 4 hits. The 81 wasn't going to make it with their 40.
Yeah, so make your strike against the body too. So it's got a DV of 0 against a ram. Because it's just you're just hitting its body.
Wait, what am I doing?
You're ramming it.
Yeah, but like, what's the penalty or anything?
No, there's none. It's a touch attack. Basically, you're hitting it with a truck. It doesn't have a defense value, but versus truck.
Boom.
All right, that does it. That's
Yeah, auto hit.
Oh, I guess.
Oh shit, were you rolling for me? I'm sorry.
Good
No, you
driver.
can shoot the missile if you want. I haven't done that yet. You could have done that before we were in the AoE radius. Yeah.
I didn't subtract damage because I don't recall if foglings, how they behave with solid munition.
We need
I
the
don't
crazy train
know
music.
yet, do we?
Nice. I like it.
Synthwave.
Yep, synthwave.
I'll say that he rammed.
Oh yeah, he rammed it.
Yeah. So if you did shoot it, you make sure you say you shot before we got into 10 meters.
No. I'll say that like once he rammed it, she got like
Oh, and then she shot point blank.
no.
Okay.
Right down its throat.
Yeah, like she fucks up and she like lurches forward because she
Oh, so she doesn't shoot. Gotcha.
yeah she's small.
She got jostled. Oh my. Should I subtract the damage, Timmy, or do foglings take different from munitions?
It's gonna be a bit.
Yeah, 41
It'll be a
damage
bit
from the
different.
ram as well.
All right, I'll wait until you give me the thumbs up.
Yeah,
to
yeah.
subtract damage or
Don't
whatever.
take it from the body. We're gonna tally them up. Okay, so let's get some numbers in here. Type in what you did for damage, each of you.
All right, 41.
And
41.
right, painted as well.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, Iliad will shoot as well. Because he can do that. Because he sees death approaching.
All right. I feel like I
approaches.
add this every time. Their DV value that also affects the MP attack, right?
Timmy, does their minus 40 affect EMP?
For EMP? No, that's a wave.
You're back.
So it effectively
dumping.
has 0 armor against EMP.
Exactly.
Two misses, 2 hits. I'll tally up my stuff quick.
Yeah, it's funny too because you guys got inside its dilettante shield because of how close you got. So no, it didn't matter. It's like it has a dilettante shield, but you're like in melee range. So like, yeah, it doesn't do anything against shooting attacks when you're in melee.
Excellent.
Just long range stuff.
Got you. Oops, that's supposed to be Doc, but whatever.
Oh, nice.
You're gonna love what comes next.
Oh, I remember. Okay, I'm gonna total up my damage from both of my.
Yeah. Give me
just
the
together.
solid numbers.
Doesn't matter what type of
Cinder
damage
does
it is.
121
one
laser damage.
121. Okay.
That's a maximum advanced laser pistol.
Yeah, I saw like 17 or whatever it was. It was like freaking lot of
with
damage.
plus 80, I have like a 144. I should have tried to shoot it in the eye or something.
Yeah. Your 5d20 is 15, 14, 14, 14. Yeah, 4, 14. I'm like, damn, good roll.
Yeah, that's high. Yeah.
I mean, the 1-4, like, I thought it was another 14. I'm like,
Still.
yeah, it's whatever. It's still fucking good, though.
So
Sure.
between the
78.
both my characters, 78. Yeah, that's the ram and the shoulder check.
78. All right, what else do we got?
let's see.
Ray of the Rabbit. Heavy aim. Arc rifle's coming in. All right.
Holy shit.
Woo!
All right. Duke got 95 damage.
Yeah, it's so annoying. Discord was picking up my
And
audio, but
Doc.
fucking OBS wouldn't. Like, what? Why OBS? Why?
Womp. And
Yeah.
Doc got 9.
I'll have to put a thing on the beginning of this episode. Be like, hey, my audio didn't come until later. Sorry about that. I will pay attention to my audio clearing when I start up again next time. And Doc did how much?
Doc only did 9 with his lightning emitter.
Plus 9. And Rhea, how much we got total?
Between Rhea and Mira, that was 172.
Oh my god.
So
Wow.
I have a feeling something bad's about to happen.
Hang on, I still haven't done the chain gun yet.
yeah, do the chain gun. Yeah, what's
Yep. I think something bad's gonna happen.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Oh my
7.
god.
Oh. Fumble.
Fumble.
5
I
on a
think that's
fumble.
yeah.
Telltale fumble.
God damn it, Mira.
I
I've
imagine
never
the
had
belt
any
just
luck.
Delay.
checked up on itself like, chick,
Yep.
son of a...
Lose
Or,
next strike.
We're gonna have to have some
Fire
more with
round.
that gun dealer. This thing is fucking.
Savage.
Tell me about it.
I mean, that's what killed the energy weapons for doing the sweeping pass, was that it's so many attacks that the chance of fumble just really increases.
Uh, 5, 6, 19.
Is Owisa gonna die?
No, probably not gonna die, but it's gonna be a lot of return shots.
191 total.
191. That's 100. 571. Cool.
The crazy train explodes.
Oh man, how many attacks is that gonna be?
What's the math?
Yeah, what's the metric for it?
Show your work, GM. Show your work.
Divided
Divide
by
by
5.
school.
So
If you don't show
500,
your work,
Do I have 5?
571 damage divided by 5 equals 114.2 attacks coming back at the party. As the Fogling is torn to pieces and the kinetic energy from all of the shots and damage racing into its body is converted and thrown back at you. The creature is destroyed in the process because its body becomes the projectile. These are small projectiles, but it's like a shotgun blast. All point blank range.
this sounds like some bullshit. Sounds like shit you pulled out of your ass, buddy.
I would argue that it's a max of how much endurance it has because there's no.
It is only 5 damage per hit, and they can't crit.
What's the strike value?
80.
Well, I'm the
Oh, cool. Anyone in the car, they have to essentially.
Yeah, it has to auto hit. Yeah,
GM.
but it's
For the
against.
car.
But it's gonna hit the car. Like it's all just going at the car.
Sounds like fun.
Okay, also it's auto hit the car. It is a 35 then. Yeah,
Yeah,
this car
35.
might be toast.
So well, it's 5 again. It's 5 damage a hit, so it might be fine. 114 attacks.
Yeah, roll that
Roll
GM.
20.
Do the
14.
fucking.
Let's see what it does.
Do the greater than thing or whatever. The way so it just tells you what
Yeah,
successes.
so greater
Insane.
than what was it? It was good.
Or
It was
lesser
80.
than, or
Yeah.
less than.
So it's oh god. So 80, 35. So it's 65.
No,
No, 55. Sorry.
45.
No, 45. I'm trying to fuck over the
GM.
players.
He's bloodthirsty.
Well, that car explodes.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh, I'm dramatic. My bad. No, it doesn't actually. But holy shit, does that get hammered?
Oh god. Did I do that right? That doesn't seem right, right? Hold on, let me do it the other.
Um,
I did the
Greater than
let
45.
me do it the other way. Let's just say.
Yeah.
Really possible.
did I do
So
that one right?
115.
Oh yeah, no, you did
Oh, it
do
should
that
be
wrong.
less.
I did do it right.
It should be less than.
No, because you're rolling 114 die 100 greater than 45. So
Yeah.
I think you did it backwards.
Yeah, I did it backwards.
Yeah,
All right.
you did.
So
Well,
okay,
again. 47 successes. This is averaged out better.
Well, it's better. It's better.
okay.
All
You
right.
can't crit, so ignore that one.
Yep. Can't crit.
Yep.
I don't see any.
Yay.
I don't see any hundreds. So. All right. So yeah, 47 times 5.
235 damage.
Yep. 235 damage to the vehicle. It is still up.
Daddy.
Krazen has a very he's disassociating right now. He's just kind of has a blank expression on. Just yeah, should have done 144 minus 65 original hits, but no. And fine.
Duke's gonna slowly extend his arm over to Krazen's shoulder and pat it. There. I'm sure thy insurance and/or
Insurance.
it will buff out.
This is a mutated gecko. So
Oh no, he didn't.
in gray water.
He didn't come through us, so we don't cover that shit. We don't cover rats. Suicidal rats are not part of this equation.
We don't cover suicidal rats. Oh my god.
Okay, so how
They
far
fall under
does this
volcano
shoot
insurance,
out?
oddly.
Okay, it's a shotgun blast that hits you. Like, you don't really get to see how far it goes because it just hits the vehicle entirely. So you have no idea like what the range on it was.
Okay, well, at least it just hit the vehicle.
Yeah, it just scattered all against the armor. It was just a blast of energy hit you back. It was all returned to you. It doesn't blow up anything like that. It's just wasted its entire body. It's gone. And that's it for that particular creature. As you dumped so many shots into it, so you can expect that from all of them. That it's going to return a ton of damage back each time that you like put a lot of kinetic force into it.
All right, time to bring out the electrical man catcher and see if that works.
Yeah, grab him, pull him down. I knew I kept it for a reason.
Yep.
All right, so they're going to start going.
I also have the 2 EM flashbangs that might come in handy, but still going to be a hard battle.
Yeah,
So now
Krazen's not going to stay here. He's going to drive away, by the way, guys. There's a heads up.
Yeah, that's probably smart.
Not going to risk his car for this shit.
We got this. We got to show Tim we're not afraid of him.
Let's run it again.
Ah! Look
So
at him move.
against the
That sucked.
against the truck, we get 2 attacks with the pincers. So
Wait, what the fuck?
Uh,
Still
up,
doing
man.
a
They scurried up.
mutation, by the way.
How the fuck fast do these things move?
9.
Fast as fuck, boy.
Yeah,
Whoa!
Quick.
Slower than Doc. Amateur.
All right, so
Well, actually, so here's the funny thing.
650.
Twix can run alongside this thing.
Not including the fucking.
No.
Nah, eat it.
That was 1 attack. That one hit though,
That's less funny.
and that's an auto grapple on the vehicle.
Oh,
Oh no.
So it's grab the vehicle. It's going to do D20 plus 50 damage. So 58 damage to the vehicle as it crunches into the side armor and grabs it.
Let's see.
Krazen, if we get out of this, you're on latrine duty for 5 months.
So Chi-Chi there, our mouse, because I'm going to kill me a fucking beast human.
Don't worry, Krazen.
What's her defense value in the vehicle?
Not to let me do my thing.
Plus 80.
Plus 80. Yeah, so I need the auto hit.
So since he did that at this time, Duke was still going to use his mental mutation. I'm molecularly engineering and fixing the car as it happens.
God Emperor, man. So a giant
Pairing.
a giant stinger comes at her, hits the vehicle, misses her, glances off the side, spraying like there's a viscous fluid dripping off the side of it that hisses uncontrollably as it bubbles and spits across the armor of the vehicle. That's like, what the hell?
+5 initiative still here, buddy.
Yeah, I mean, I can't beat that.
That is clearly highly corrosive acid.
Theoretically, you could beat it.
Yeah, theoretically, I
it's
gotta roll
targeting me.
good. I can get rid of that +5. I got. Hey, it's another beast human. I gotta put it down. I got a reputation to keep.
She just showed up.
I haven't killed Rhea yet.
I know I
You
haven't.
haven't
Man.
killed a single beast human yet in this one.
Yeah, I mean, I count the freaking pumpkin.
Yeah.
To differ, he was God's gift to mankind.
I added
was a
it
beast.
to my fucking paper mache crown of fucking dead players.
I would have accepted it if you said Cole counted because he was a beast of a human.
All right, it goes to an initiative round.
Roll it.
Wait. Oh, no.
Ooh, ah,
Oh, yay!
ah.
We
Seven.
beat you on Raw. Oh, that's rough, buddy.
Fucking +5, man. All right. The vehicle is grappled.
Shoot that ain't thing arm off. Wait, no.
Yeah, you can do that.
Crazen is going to slam the brake. Well, go into reverse and start trying to drive away.
Yep. So I'm going to give it a strength test in order to see if it can hold on. It has a strength of 240, but it's going to be quite difficult because the vehicle is, it's a vehicle.
It's several tons.
Yeah. And so it's trying to stick its claws into the ground and just keep you from being able to gain traction in the sand. And what? You shoot the arm off? Yeah.
Well, I was gonna say, like, if Miss Twix here could see anything that would be a weakness.
The joint on the arm, it's small.
I might do a called shot then.
Yeah. So let's see what it gets. We're gonna
Do
go
not
for
do a called shot with the assault missile.
No.
the splash damage. Yeah.
Not a no.
We're gonna give it a
She pulls-
type A test because it's like it's just basically almost impossible. Okay.
Still, with 240, a Type K.
I'm gonna give it a
test
type
is
M.
hard.
Type M. We'll go all the way to the max.
Because this thing, how much strength does it have?
240. So it's gonna have a.
Yeah, this thing weighs 2,200 kilograms. It could, even with both claws, it could not.
No, it couldn't hold
theoretically
it.
lift it.
No, it couldn't. Yeah, so it can't. The best they can do is hold on. Not. 810 kilograms for this thing. And.
What?
Yeah, you're twice its weight. More than. Yeah. Yeah, the best the best it can do is hold on then. So I'll make that easier for itself. I'll give it a type D, just a hold on and get dragged. 99% chance. So. Yeah, so just hold. You just drag it. We'll say you're at half movement speed as you're just peeling backwards, and it manages to hold on with one claw. And you take your called shot against the arm.
Yeah, I shouldn't get it. I had to roll a 5.
Cerealiad,
I.
take the gunner.
Oh boy. That was my.
Yeah, Duke is jumping onto the freaking thing to cut the elbow. As I shall produce the ebony spear. Kick her back on. Come then. Oof. This thing does not stand still very well.
Just getting up there, trying to pull it back. Oh, you jumped over to it?
Yes.
Out of the driver's seat, or out of the passenger seat.
Well, make your balance grapple check for a large creature.
All right, let's see. I believe my grappler is 3. Take a looky, Lou.
Yeah, so what's your grapple? It's page 39.
Yeah, I'm heading over there now. Page 39. All right. Grapple table 2, 3, so type A.
All right. Type A to hold on.
I forget, is it just a straight strength check?
Strength, agility divided. Strength, accuracy, agility divided by 3.
Gotcha,
Yeah,
gotcha.
for this type of thing.
I really need to tell you that down.
Yeah, that's why we're talking
All right.
about making like a slightly different character sheet, like a page 2 that has these kinds
Yeah,
of.
one that would have derivative stats, like
Yep.
you'd mentioned.
Oh yeah, that'd be good.
That would be nice.
It would be copying the AD&D way that they did it for like Rogue and like just do different attribute scores, like things you could do with it.
Oh, yeah. Plus.
But I would do the common combat skills, like grappling, negotiation,
60.
stealth, climbing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And we would have to tweak it.
First. 85% chance.
Oof, that hits.
All right. We're on board. Yeah.
Nice.
Have at you, you spoony bard.
Oh yeah, I mean the suicide drones might be a good idea here.
Yeah, probably would, actually. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, they would work out really well because they would take the kinetic damage.
They are the kinetic damage.
Yep.
Yeah, you are the brute squad. All right, so that's an auto hit. Or, well, no, almost. Yeah, hit. Need to program in. What was the damage on the Bright Lance again? I don't think I ever got the stats for that spear.
Oh shit. I have it.
Iliad's going to be targeting the.
Timmy, was
Person.
there anything different regarding the Black Knight's lance?
Yeah, there was one. It was different. It's
Yeah, I don't remember getting the stats for it.
Hmm.
I know that it's crazy and it only yearns for battle.
Oh, damn. See, in my notes for Relics of the High Desert, I just have the Bright Lance base stats.
That's fine. I'll go off of that for the time being. And we have not paired well yet. What's my damage output? Ah, there we go. Dankeschön.
As this bigger Bright Lance has a special crit.
Let's see.
It just does like an ass ton more damage if it gets an auto hit.
Nice.
I'm not seeing it in some of my notes though for Relics of the High. I'm wondering if I have it in my supplement.
Oh, nice. That was double nice.
32 damage on the elbow joint.
Okay, lasered that off.
I should let go of the crazy train.
Yeah, where should Crazen start driving, guys? We're surrounded and it's not looking too hot.
We need a bigger battle map.
Off map.
Yeah, okay, Crazen could keep driving off map, yeah.
What is Duke's
only
defense
option
value?
It's
60?
off map.
Let me double check to make sure that's
Against-
still accurate. 74 is what it should be.
Ballistics? All right.
Yeah, at this range, I should easily be able to dodge.
Yeah, you should.
So, yeah,
Yeah.
he's getting...
All right, there goes the crazy train.
All aboard!
Although, to be fair, I will actually jump off. So now let's add 20 to it. Yep. Because I'm going to start flying.
Sayonara, motherfucker.
So now his DV is 92.
Yeah, no successes.
Aw, look at this little rank 5, buddy.
Wait, what?
Flying away.
Yeah, this is still far more difficult with the rocket arm.
Flap, 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 flap.
Yeah, this little rank 5.
Flying like one of the birds that's drunk off of freaking juniper berries.
Crazen.
I told you should have had that 9th drink.
Ugh,
Iliad's gonna
yeah,
try
it helps
to.
me to settle my nerves.
He's checking something. He's gonna shoot at that furthest one with his shoulder check. See if that can reach him that range.
Okay.
That's normal.
All right, that's 3 hits.
Right. A gray shield. Well, a shield becomes opaque around the body of the creature as your shots hit it. It has a dilettante energy shield. But this shield isn't perfect, and so it becomes opaque, so the creature can't see.
At least we blinded one for some time.
So is the obelisk making the shields up for these foglings?
It seems like the foglings have their own.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the one that you guys rammed, you were inside the shield, so there's nothing it can do.
Just the thump. All right, well,
Oh,
this is the thing.
Yeah, this is happening.
Is there anything that Twix could roll as like perception to make the fight a little easier in terms of like any weak spots on these things or like anything that would disable them?
Their weak spots are definitely their mobility. You're faster than them, so you don't have to make any rolls to see that's evident. So if you can keep pretty good range, you should be able to like just outrange them. But it looks like just like those large robots that you fought earlier, you're gonna have to get in close, or you need something slow moving like a rocket that can get through that shield.
Oh,
Or
okay.
grenade.
Or a grenade. Yep.
All right, well, but what now? Is anyone else doing anything?
Or a suicide drone.
Yeah. So
The other
Duke
thing,
is continuing to flap for his life.
the other thing I could say that she would recognize immediately is since they're shooting in straight lines in the direction of where the force came from, you might be able to use that to your advantage.
Indirect fire?
Indirect fire, yep. Mortar blast, indirect fire.
Shooting while driving.
Yeah, strafing runs.
Like, again, when you have to get close to them for that in order to get through the shield. But not what I'm talking about. So, what she realizes is that if she can get one of them, if she can get one in front of her and one behind her, in close proximity, they'll tear each other apart.
Gee.
Wouldn't that bounce off their dilettante shields, though?
That's why you got to get them close.
Oh, Jesus. Okay.
Gee, we decoy. She points to one.
No, little knight, you don't need to be a decoy. We're making good speed.
Gee, no, they decoy. Gee. She points to one.
I just saw that stupid picture of the little girl in the 50 cal.
Wait, what?
God.
The bubble chat.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's her.
Aw, yeah.
Yeah, that's about right.
Does the shield need tracking, like of how much damage it can take? Because I'll add that up. If not,
they do have a maximum amount of damage they can take, but it dissipates every round. I've got that on my side. So basically, it's just they could take a certain amount of energy before they overload and blow.
Jeez, okay. I did 56 there, if that helps.
Not enough, but it's going to blind them. So 56 to which one?
Shit, I'm trying to pick.
It was the one over here, I think, one of these ones.
That one there?
Because you aimed for the ones on the right side of the obelisk from where we are, right? Oh, no, in a straight line.
I don't know why I'm not pinging. It's the furthest back one. Yeah, that one. The one that was the red one.
Oh. 6. Put it in the blue.
You may still be on the line tool, and that's why you're not pinging.
Oh, I'm not. I'm on the select tool.
Oh, okay. Well, then I have
Like,
no
beat the
idea.
shit out of my mouse.
You are up a creek, son.
Yeah.
So are we intending to... Duke's actually going to go over the comms. Do we intend to fight or flee?
I don't think we should fight.
I agree with Sir Cinder. Mayhap a tactical retreat would be best.
Yeah, we got too many of them, and they're too quick, and they're nearly invulnerable to anything but close combat. I don't think it's a very good idea to engage.
We need to get to the obelisk. Perhaps an idea.
Maybe
If
do?
Krazen's okay with it, he could be the bait. We get behind a dune, he drops us off, and then he starts kiting them away.
That's worth trying.
I will attempt aerial reconnaissance and see if I can drop down upon our target.
As long as you're okay with that, Krazen. Drive!
Gee, I stay.
It would seem that they have their course of action.
Yeah. So one thing I need to find. So it was the shoulder pulse rifle that hit this one in the top.
Yep.
Okay, it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's 5 chances for that to hook off.
Oh, okay.
Nope.
Yep. Okay. There you go.
And in the end, we have a bunch of pulse rifles hitting the other one in the.
Up the left here, yeah.
So 4 of them.
I think only one of them hit, or 2 of them hit.
2 hit.
12 damage. Does
Ooh,
that bring down
close.
Shield or?
No, there's a chance that each time it hits, it can't dump the energy and it blows up.
Oh, okay. One last question. Sorry, does EMP go through the shield or?
No, it just basically keeps it on the outside.
All right.
And it doesn't do anything extra. Yeah, these shields are not perfect. They're the imperfect variant, so you're blinding the shit out of them. They can't see anything. Gotta take a round for them to dump the heat.
Okay.
Put a little purple marker on them to show them that they're blinded. Oh, my fucking skunk's outside my house right now. Sprayed somebody.
I actually kind of like the smell of skunk.
Where I live, that
Okay,
means
that's
somebody
weird.
else is just smoking up.
Yeah,
Skunk weed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we got government weed up here.
We have
that's what you got out here in Norfolk.
we have actually a plant out here called skunk weed. It's like people walk through it sometimes and they break it up and it's like, oh god, reeks. But this is not the smell of like icky sticky. This is just nasty ass like lemony skunk. Must have caught one of the coyotes. Okay, so is that all the shots that are gonna come out?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they're
Okay.
just sounds like party's going into tactical withdrawal.
Active withdrawal. All right, so the scorpions are not going to be able to pursue because you just outpace them, and they get to a particular point on their. They seem they have like a perimeter, and they stop their pursuit, and they just burrow under the sands.
So we're looking at regrouping and then striking at the target again.
Yes, Crazen will drop us off, and we'll head in on foot. Crazen will distract them and start kiting them around, and we'll head back to the obelisk.
Understood.
Does that work with you, Cinder?
Worth a try.
Anyone else staying in the vehicle with Crazen?
Me.
I am conflicted. How many organics are going with Iliad? I believe there's only 2, right? That's if Duke goes along. Alright, well, it seems there are more organics going with Iliad than there are in the vehicle. Doc's gonna start stacking ammo crates or something so that the mouse can sit on them now, as he is going to move.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
There you are. Should you run into issue, he's going to stack a little bit also on the passenger seat in case they need to start using the heavy machine gun instead. It falls to both of you. Stay safe. At least return in some manner or shape so I can try to put you back together. God or whatever you worship, speed.
We go to the great Namer! Crazen's blood is fuel! Is gasoline!
Picturing it peeling off.
Exactly.
That
just
is-
rams the gas.
That is what just happened.
So Crazen's gonna like drive, weaving between them, right? So he could like remember where they kind of burrowed in, so they don't step on, like he doesn't get a grasp at them.
Yeah.
And his goal is essentially to go like try to see how far away he can take them, and then he's gonna do his best to like do donuts and shit that just kind of keep them at bay.
Killing
Just
off.
go driving like crazy. Trying.
Get your motor running.
It's got great
On
gas
the
mileage.
highway.
Somewhere near.
It's a hybrid, so yeah, it does. It runs off a power pack.
So let's see here. So let's say we're all up on the right hand side here, and like you're kind of grouping them up. As they're like trying to chase you down.
Yeah. Definitely just like, yeah, drives completely like, hold on. So, God damn it, hold on.
He drives like a rat bastard.
That's because
You'd be like doing that, like going all the way this way. That like, would they be in the map still? Is that like how far away they go, or would they technically be off map? How far do they follow?
They'd fall up to the kilometer mark where the radiation started, and that's as far as they go.
Oh, okay. So okay, he can lead them a whole kilometer out. Okay, so yeah, Crazen has a lot of ground to work with. So
Yeah.
he's just gonna be like whipping around, and then when they start getting close, he starts driving again. Always trying to like taunt them, like they're just close enough, and then just peels out.
Yeah, he's
fire a pock shot at ones in the back so that
Yeah.
hopefully their blast hits the ones in front of them.
sheep herding.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
Literally, yeah. Except the sheep are like venomous monsters.
Eldritch horrors from beyond the stairs.
And yeah, but it gives the party plenty of time to get to the obelisk themselves.
Mm-hmm. All right.
G.
Stop that.
I love that Cthulhu mythos joke about, it's like, have you heard people from there? You know what they sound like? I'm like, yeah, I am from there. I know what we sound like.
All right. That's about how far Duke can get in a single flight.
Jeez.
I'm working.
Sorry,
Fly speed, baby.
I'm working every
I
day right
actually-
now with somebody with a deep Cape Codder accent, and mine's coming out thick. And I'm like, oh god, no, make it go away.
I have that self-imposed where I took off 5 meters of his flight speed.
All right. Whose perspective are we on?
Look, I'm assuming we're back at the obelisk. Are these
Yeah.
scorpions still here?
I mean, yeah, they were chasing down that freaking tank, so it's gonna be they're gonna be facing orientation is gonna be wherever the vehicle was.
Yeah, but like imagine they're a kilometer off the map.
Okay, yeah, so they'd be a kilometer away, then like up here somewhere,
Yeah.
like.
Crazen's not gonna let them get close. Yeah, his whole thing is he's gonna taunt them the whole time.
I shoot. Gee.
Not missiles, no. I just imagine it's not important to really track the vehicle crew right now, unless there's a role.
No,
you have
not
to
really.
make. And then assume the party is. That thing died like right here.
Yep.
Alright.
So what are you doing at the obelisk? It's there. It looks as we had described it the first time. This large blackened structure that if you touch it without looking at it, you can feel it's just a smooth metal sphere. You have all the bodies here.
Doc
They're
is
all laid
actually
in
going
there.
around the bodies, collecting ID tags off of any of the knights or the, junior knights.
You recognize radiation burns. Like you see the gamma burns all over their body. Like, no, they were exposed to high intensity electromagnetic pulsing and it fried them.
It's just going to take the tags off of them, knowing full well that they'll either have to be deradiated or until he can jot down their numbers.
All right, so everyone who's in the zone right here, it's a medium check, so it's a type C radiation hazard check. You get 2 checks at it if you're biological. Because you took that pill. It's an endurance. Endurance type C.
There's a crazy train here. Get out of here.
Sad
get
crazy
it.
train.
Yeah, get out of here. The scorpions are coming back.
Sad diesel honk noise.
So
You
Tim, I'm not
shambled away.
making a check because he lowers it by 2 levels, which would
Yeah.
be nothing. At least for
Yeah, Cinder is shielded.
Alien's fine too.
Is it endurance for robots?
Yeah.
Yes.
I think
Okay.
so, yeah.
I was gonna look up the Wilson map.
Got a 99% chance for Alien there.
Is it a type B
C.
or type C?
Charlie.
C as in
C, Charlie. Gotcha. C,
C
senor.
as in she.
Chi.
C, senor.
I kind of feel like I need a picture of this little mouse creature with just a rock, like an RPG.
Oh, don't worry. They're coming.
Oh, they're coming. Oh, they're coming. And that fucking South Park bit, they're like,
Duke, you
he
were fine as
hasn't
well.
even ordered the pizzas
yeah.
yet. That
That
was
was actually Doc. I keep forgetting to swap over, but Duke.
that was me today at work. Like trying to get a task done. They're like, one of the guys I was working with is like, he hasn't even got over there yet.
Duke's good also.
Hover drone takes rad damage.
Hover drone. Okay.
The hover good.
Goo, goo, goo.
No, I just got that thing. It was so
Runs
young.
Runs over to it, starts trying to give it CPR.
Live, Daniel, live. I mean, ultimately it corrupts the battery and the hard drive, so you're gonna have to go swap those out. It's like, God damn it. So yeah, you got the bodies. You hear this sound like coming from the sphere in the middle. Again, that's underneath this photographic projection. This hard
That was
light.
horrifying.
Yeah.
Duke's gonna get as close to it as possible.
So it's exactly as Cinder had described it. You know, if you look at it, it's very difficult to perceive all the angles move in on themselves. If you try to pace around it, it's like 30 paces, 40 paces, 50 paces. Never less than 30.
But there's nothing to go off of.
Yeah. You literally have to close your eyes and reach your hand out and try to feel what's there. Or at least like try to figure out what's underneath it. Because if you touch it with your eyes open, it doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel like what you're looking at, but the hologram adapts to where your hand is. With both of you interacting with it, or at least being near it, it's giving you each like a slightly different perspective of like what's in front of you.
Question.
Yeah.
Can what if Mirror uses her? I forget what the other thing is called, but like she can create like an illusion, like a wall.
Yeah, she can.
Would that be able to like counter the?
Yeah, two different waves hitting each other and just basically make you a neutral essence. You know, she could. In theory, she thinks it could work.
Would I roll for that?
No, nothing. She just does it. Yeah, there's no challenge here, no risk. So she's able to project her image, you know, get the two interact with each other and make a false image so you can see through it. And the photo projection doesn't completely collapse, it just does the areas where they interact. You're able to see the sphere on the inside. It's a smooth yellowish metal with apparently no seams, just these 4 divots that are about shoulder height and equally spaced, about where each of your fingers can get into.
Oh, do we?
Explosive bolts.
Will the holographic count more under the concept of illusion?
Yeah, it's an illusion.
Okay, because Doc's entity scanner should be able to see through it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Doc can see through it then. He's like, that's not there.
He's going to start pacing around and looking for an entry, since it sounded like there's something in it.
It's all smooth. There's no seams anywhere. The only feature are those 4 divots.
Poke him.
Yep.
Stick your fingers in there.
Yep. Doc's going to protrude one of his hands into the 4 divots.
Cold metal to cold metal. You interact with it. There's an audible hiss, and a sudden seam appears, and this opening presents itself.
Interesting.
It's just a white light on the inside, and your entity scanner just sees a white light. There is a shadow that moves, that interrupts where the light is. Now, I do have a question. Cinder, did you, or Bliss, did you want to bring that character in now?
No, not really.
Okay. I'm like, there's an opportunity.
I hear ya. I don't feel like role playing it at the moment, and I just got a phone call from my kid, so I gotta.
You gotta bounce.
Step away
Okay.
Do you?
Yep.
Take care of it.
Okay.
So on the inside, the shadow steps through, and a man comes through, and he looks at you. He has handlebar mustache. He's wearing a large cap. He has a breastplate, waxy pasted skin. He has like burn marks across his armor and like on his arms. He strides through the top of it, looking with these pale blue eyes across the scene as he sees this like creature in front of him moving with his mechanical arms, and he says something in a language you don't know, and he like grasps at this at this mace that he has.
You think I don't know? Try me.
And he grasps this mace at his hip and begins to pull it out. It's an archaic weapon, you know, hand forged.
I wouldn't do that if I were you.
And he just muttered like, again, this language you don't know.
Wait. Elliot has a linguistics thing. Can he understand it?
No, nothing. It's gobbledygook.
So it's some kind of freakish Epockian dialogue.
Unless Doc wishes to interact, Iliad is tempted to look like something more familiar.
Understood.
Iliad will quickly stand between them two, and like his quote-unquote human hand, it's the normal hand, point showing towards the man, like it's like a whoa.
It's just like Kio lao dio santa verto estes chitio. This is Esperanto, by the way, for anyone who wants to know. I'm just putting it through a chant later.
Rada, let me see what he speaks.
No, again, it's not a language you would have.
Hold, sir.
It is listed.
Hold,
Oh,
sir. Knight, hold. Well, like, while language might not be here, Elliot assumes, like, hand language, universal, like, hands up, like, no
gestures.
threat. Mm-hmm. Does he have an insignia on him
He
somewhere?
does. He has his chest. Yeah, on his chest plate, he has what appears to be some kind of symbol of knots in a circle, a leaping fish over a river. That's you can recognize it as a herring.
Oh. So Iliad will take a moment and scan that, then, like, with 2 fingers, point to his symbol, the hydraulic knight symbol, and then point to, not touching him, keeping a good distance, point to that symbol on his chest, and, like, then gesture between the 2 of them, like, he's trying to convey, like, hey, we're both knights here. Let's not do anything rash.
Like, he has the weapon up and he's pointing and he looks at you and he stands up and down. And Cavaliero, quio estas via señoro. And you know Cavaliero. That's Cavalier.
Iliad will.
That's the first word. Yeah.
If he could roll his eyes, he would, because he's not a cavalier, he's a knight. But he just he nods along. Cavaliero, he says back in return, like,
With mild disdain.
Yeah, I'm like, God damn it, another one.
He'll like gesture to Duke. Cavaliero. To Doc. Cavaliero.
Adjacent.
And he like looks at he holsters the weapon, says you offered him no threat. And he looks at he like motions the area. I'm like, me vidis lumon que mi movigis algi qui mi estas. As he's like pointing to the area and then he just motioning, like you could get the point, like where the fuck is this?
Welcome to hell.
Oh, he's a
Cerulean?
person.
The Duke will
Yes.
produce his map and hand it to Cerulean.
Oh yeah, he takes the map. How's as much as it's gonna help him? He has no frame of reference what any of this means.
All he has is like the rough direction of us versus the high desert and whatnot. So it might have like some part of the coastline.
Okay, yeah. Iliad kind of just shows the map and just lets the man study it. See if he makes anything of it.
He comes over to look at this. He says a few other words as he's like tracing his hands up and down on this map. Like, Yes. Mine rekanas chi tuin terein masoin. As he's like he's tracing his hands across this and shaking his head.
Iliad will nod, understanding. And then he points to the depiction of Bittertoe on the map. Cavaliero.
Cavaliero.
Duke will point from where we are in the direction of it physically.
He nods. La stelloi montrual abitiun. So this is stelloi. You know this one. That's a star.
Star. Okay.
Oh, right.
Do you
the
think
stars.
he's
He points
one
to
of
basically
the-
he points to the sky. He like la stelloi montrual abitiun.
He's one of those fabled star people, isn't he? The ones that escaped this.
He's
damnable-
wearing armor, like archaic armor.
Sir Duke, I think perhaps not. Unless this fabled star folk are back to a more feudal existence, and
Unless this were the closest he had to any kind of armor to reach the surface with.
He looks
Yes,
between
I'm-
each of you with confusion.
Iliad will pat Duke. We should probably take this somewhere safer.
Indeed.
Looking back to the man, Iliad will gesture to the bodies, and after thinking for a moment, he says,
Doc will actually scratch the biohazard or the radiation hazard symbol on the ground in front of him.
He looks at it and then he nods. Socestino fero.
Wait, so he understands that?
It's a universal symbol, if memory serves.
How about a skull?
Well, a skull is very obvious, at least for anyone of humanoid shape.
So Iliad points to that, and then the radiation symbol, and then just kind of gestures his hand all around to show like this whole area, that, and he points to it again.
Let's see, given what he's sounding like, Doc speaks a little bit of Spanish and starts trying to use it, like, in very slow baby talk, like, like, casita, like, gestures where to go and makes eating motion.
Yeah, he like frowns at your pronunciations but nods. La palacio de la cielo.
Oh, okay. So, well, Iliad also can speak Spanish with his language modulator. Seeing that,
it's not Spanish that he's speaking,
right,
but there's some words there that match up.
Giving him the little so-so hand symbol, like.
I like this three-way that you guys are trying to do here.
Yeah,
yeah, three-way.
Yeah, so the another one you get is Pharaoh, fire, as he like points to the members here. La palacio de la cielo. Cielo also is another one you recognize as heaven.
Iliad will.
While Iliad's doing that, Doc's gonna look over the purest ones.
Yeah.
And try to see if they have markings identical to this gentleman.
They do.
Fire of heaven, huh?
Yeah, their armor is very similar. It's a similar make and cut and style. Definitely different knightly orders, or just representing different kinds of like sigils. But they're not in his line of sight.
Well, like I said, Doc, while he's talking, Doc is going to actively crawl over to some of the bodies.
So he follows your approach and he sees some of the men there.
Iliad will step to the side, noticing this look.
Pointing at them, pointing at him. Makes like a kind of a brother motion, like with his hands, like handshake.
He like walks over and he looks at mio fratto, la storia est sculia la vie. So again, fratto, brother, as he like stands there and but he doesn't touch him because of what you've already like pantomimed to him.
Mm-hmm.
And you showed him, you showed him the symbol for the universal symbol for again like a biohazard. And he just shakes his head and frowns. So he had said something like sorteo, like sortechio, like sorceress, like witch fire or something like that.
Pardon me, Iliad. As Doc will kind of clanker over to him. I believe this gentleman may be a purist from the Crossroad region. He's matching and claiming these conquistadors. I believe that's what they call them. I haven't been there in many years. A decade, if memory serves.
That doesn't make sense. Why wouldn't he have attacked you then, or me?
I don't know.
Why would a purist come from the sky?
Again, I also do not know. But their symbols are matching. And can I make an intelligence check whether Pure Hub tends to use Esperanto or anything like of Spanish descent or similar?
Oh yeah, you don't have to make a check. You know that the Esperanto, as far as you know, since it's in your memory logs, it's a dead language. What he's speaking here, I'm just using Esperanto to have something to say.
Right, so it's like Latin is what he's trying to do.
Well, he's using an unknown language to you, but there's a couple like loner words back and forth that make sense to you.
So whatever it is, it does seem to hail from a form of Latin script at least.
Yeah, it's shared. There's some kind of root language you guys share.
I can't say for sure what he is. All I know is that some evidence is already pointing towards it. I say we proceed with caution, but we should at least vacate this area lest the radiation start to wear down our defenses.
Iliad lowers his hand after just calling Crazen back. Good call, Doc. He'll be here soon.
Let's go ahead and try to catch up to him where we departed first. If he's coming back to us, then he's no doubt bringing the foglings.
He's faster than them.
This is true.
We'll have a moment to get on and get out.
Very well. Everyone, prepare yourselves for a quick pickup.
And see, like, looking back and forth to your conversation, momento, mi bozonas mien saskaskoin. And he, like, points back to the sphere.
Understood.
And he, like, goes...
He needs to get something.
So he, like, steps in and he comes out quickly and he has a pike. Like a pretty decent sized pike. About 6 meters. And he comes out with the saddlebags that he has strapped over his shoulder. And then he nods. Conduku plu.
Crazy. Iliad will look at Doc.
The Doc's jar bubbles slightly. Like,
So Iliad will shrug too and be waving down Crazon as he starts coming back.
if I can, Doc's gonna try to walk in a way that allows him to get close enough to look inside the orb.
There's no light in there anymore. There's a sphere. It's round and metallic. It doesn't appear to be any kind of like features to it at all. It's perfectly smooth, no seams or lines, no machining evident. Like it was poured in place.
Is it possible I might be able to sneak my way in before?
Yeah.
Without the man seeing me.
Yeah. You step your way in. He doesn't react. He just sees you. There's no response. The place is cool to the touch. You just clink, ting, 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 ting.
This gentleman came with weapon drawn, so it's the idea of like, maybe he wouldn't like me poking in his shit. I do a cursory look inside.
The only thing you get from it is the smell of pine soul.
Interesting. There's nothing else inside, like it's literally just an empty sphere.
Yep.
Then this must have been more akin to an escape pod of some form. Alright, come back out, and I imagine by this point Crazon has come by.
Oh, he's rolling up right now, yeah.
But it's not Dally. I wonder how I'm going to get this gentleman to consent to blood draw.
Just barreling through the dunes in the distance foggles.
Just immediately jump in. Go, go, go!
Iliad will gesture to the vehicle, to the individual, like, come on.
He's like eyes wide and he points to Crazon. Rato!
Twix
Hey, screw fuck you!
Twix pops down and pokes her little head out to see this man.
Well, I see. Yeah, it's like it's somebody in full archaic armor.
Iliad will help him into the back of the truck.
She immediately
It's
starts
like-
sniffing this person.
Yeah, it smells like a human. He has like natural oils, no synthetics on him. He has like chain armor underneath the gembason with a hauberk over that. He like looks at you and he's like, "Muso verino."
Cheek. Her tail twitches.
As he's just sitting there like bewildered, but at the same time, he has the pike like holding on the outside of the window, so he like has it slapped against the side of the vehicle.
Oh no, he's outside in the back with
Oh, okay, yeah, so he can have it up, yeah, charging.
yeah.
It's
Duck's
like he's
gonna
like
be in
looking
the back
around
as
the
well.
vehicle, like he's looking for a horse. It's just have it go and go.
Is there any like indicator of like, the style of armor that he's wearing? Like is it like European? Is it
So what's her knowledge base and that kind of stuff? Does she have like a background in just like enthusiasm?
like just
Like she like study a lot of like does she get a lot of data plates in her history? Like she's just like read through all of like European medieval like stuff, like anything she could find. Like could she read?
oh yeah, she
Yeah.
can read it right.
All right, yeah. So she probably like just consumed a lot of it when she was younger, like inside the fortress and whatnot.
Yeah.
Yeah, all that text they're available to a lot of people in the high desert. They have libraries and libraries. There's not a lot of people.
Right.
So yeah, so if she spent time with it, she would recognize that he's wearing what appears to be early Renaissance armor, but with some odd mixtures. Like normally they wouldn't have had riveted chain mixed in with a gambeson or hauberk. Like he's heavily armored, but he's wearing the kind of armor like the hauberk is. It's got the split V down the middle of it in order for added for strength, which is like the introduction of musket weapons. The big floppy hat is again typical of a Landschneck with like the striped patterns. So is so is the pike. And it's like he's got that big old pike. He's got a mace, but he doesn't have a sword. And all the weapons are functional, like they've seen use. So you're recognizing like a lot of mix of European, some later technologies, and then some stuff you don't recognize. Like some of the calligraphy and the patterning is just not something you ever saw in a book anywhere, like on a data plate. Like it's just make any sense. The heraldry you've never seen before in its style. Doesn't have like a crest mount or scroll work or any kind of pinions that you've ever seen before. It's all kind of alien, but still familiar. Like AI art, like Uncanny Valley.
Gee, Don Quixote.
Don Quixote.
Doc's bubbles start popping. A good assessment. A good assessment. Hopefully none of us will be his Sancho Panza.
He just kind of like watches each of you with like a little bit of bewilderment and just kind of goes for the ride. There's nothing else he can do. You've offered him a ride out of here. You've offered him no hostility. Like on the trek back to the high desert, he opens up one of his saddlebags and he pulls out a cloth wrapped thing of dried food and he like doles it out to each of you, regardless of your species or type. Like he doesn't understand that Iliad's a robot.
Oh right, yeah.
He just looks like a man in armor.
With a fucked up crab hand, yeah.
Oh, thank you.
She starts sniffing it.
Yeah, he's not like too surprised by the beast humans. Like by the mouse, he exclaimed at her when he saw her, like, oh, I know what that is. At Crazen, he's like, I also know what that is. Why is that here? Like, oh no, those aren't supposed to be out here. Like, you let that thing like be near you?
Like, goddamn, that thing's big.
Yeah,
Have you heard of the plague?
Yeah, right. Like that's a rat folk. No.
Las Plagos. Las Plagos.
So actually, Iliad's gonna kind of start radioing this back to Bittertoe right away.
Yeah, they're mystified by the whole thing. They're like, you pulled a medieval knight from a metal sphere?
Sir Iliad, have Nurse Delilah set up for a quarantine in the medical office for me, please.
Of course, but we should handle this with care to avoid further culture shock. So if we could all avoid showing our more modern pieces of technology.
I understand. We'll start with just a simple 10.
Same with the rest of the whatever you guys call yourselves now.
Doc's gonna see if he can identify the Red Cross on his bag.
Twix stops pulling out her book.
No so fancy guns. Try to look as archaic as possible when we return.
So when he sees your the cross on it, he goes, "Oh, Medicio."
Yes. And then he just gestures to him and tries to make the, like, I'm trying to think of the pantomime for, like, hurt. He's trying to make, like, an injured. Oh, actually, perfect. He'll reach over to Duke and point at one of his, like, scarred-looking arms. Point at it, point at him. Hurt. Ayúdame.
He's like, well, no. Is he like, he shakes his head.
Ah. Alright, so it appears he does not have any current external injury.
Yeah, mi estes en perfecta, Osano.
Oh, perfecta.
Yeah, perfecta. Like, that's close to perfect. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why he's like, perfecta. Like, his brain is kind of spinning around a little bit inside of the jar. Interesting.
Twix's tail flips.
So when you do get back to Bittertoe and you get him isolated, and you probably you get him to get like a blood draw.
Mhm.
So when you get
I
the
gently ask, and I'll have Nurse Delilah, who at least looks outwardly human, do it.
yeah, he's like Sungo. They're like, yeah, Sungo. And take some blood.
Poquito. just a little.
Sungun? All right. So he's like, he presents his arm for you to take it, and you can see when you like bring the needle out, and he says something like, you know, like ancient history, like the whole idea of like bloodletting with leeches.
So he's confused by this.
Yeah, he's just kind of like, what is this? Like, what is that? That's not a leech. But you.
Doc's gonna try to go better. Like better leech, better. Point at the needle. This is better than leech.
Bone, he says. Again, you know bone means good.
Right.
That's another common word. Bone. All right. So he offers his arm. You take some blood, and you're able to do an analysis of it pretty quickly. He's human. Like that comes through. There is some interesting like problems with him being human. He's a ghost mutant. Like you see the mutations in his alleles, in his blood. Like, nope, this guy is a mutant. And he's also a mutant of this era. Like you can see the DNA in there. Like this is all like from North America, descended down into the area. It has all the patterns that it should be there. He is a mutant, like, because you don't see the mutations on his body. So it might be one of those, like, again, hidden telekinetic or psychokinetic one.
Or even one that's not inherently dormant, or that is
it's dormant.
Inherently dormant still, but it's still a mutation in the cells.
Yeah. And it's like, but he also has a bunch of stuff that doesn't belong there. Like there's an ancestry line here that just doesn't exist. It's like it's like if a Neanderthal came up. You're like, okay, that's weird. What's all this shit?
Nurse Delilah, if you would be so kind as to fetch me a few cocoa beans and coffee beans. This will be a long night for me.
Put him up your weird little mouth thing you have underneath your body.
Basically,
suck on him.
He does the shoe motion to him.
Yep.
Go forth, find Sir Iliad.
Yeah,
I will be preoccupied in my lab.
He nods. Like he wanders off. He understands it's Sir Iliad. He knows who that is now.
Iliad's not been too far away during this time, so it makes it easy. He would have got scrubbed for any radiation off him, decontamination. But then, yeah.
Upon completion, at this point, while Sir Iliad is watching him, Duke will also go and report the dead for in lieu of Doc to Domina.
So he seems to be jovial.
Codes and whatnot. Oh,
like
sorry,
this guy seems jovial. He doesn't seem too like out of sorts about like what, like the whole area is just kind of like fascinating to him. It's like it's an adventure. He's like looking around and seeing stuff. Some of the younger men and young women have like kind of approached him here and there, and like they've tried to communicate like pantomime like back and forth. Like they want to know about his weapons, he wants to know about theirs. And like they're pointing at their gear and equipment, and he's like, "Oh yeah, this is what this is what that is." And they're like, "Oh yeah,"
meeting foreign soldiers on a field, regardless.
Exactly. Yeah, it's the whole trading of hats thing.
Actively trying to kill each other.
Yeah. The whole like experience of trading hats is like a big thing. Yeah. Like, oh, what's that rifle do? Oh, this one does this, and so again, look at each other's kit, and it's just kind of like. This is something Pat and I have had experience with many fucking times. Like dealing with other people, other foreign nationals, is like literally you start going over each other's kit. You want to see like
interesting stuff.
Yeah, because you want to see like what works for them. Like, will that work for me? And yeah, it's like it's an instantaneous thing. We all do it. And yeah, like I want that. That's cool. All right, what's your MREs look like? That was always a fun. So he kind of gets through it, and he does like a couple like practice swings with some of their weapons and equipment, and the back and forth. You can see the forms and the style of fighting is all very similar. There really isn't much deviation there. What is kind of surprising is what he does next. Is that he's at the little practice thing. They're swinging the weapons back and forth, and he has like a long sword in one hand, and they're doing like pacing steps, and he's like,
right.
Fuyoyo, and he says, and he snaps his fingers, and the dummy explodes in the fire.
Iliad gets like puts his hand on his chain axe reflexively at this.
And he points to it, and he like looks at and you can see some of the people there are like backing away, like, oh shit, ghost mutant.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Quicks is there too.
Mild
those
buzz
people.
over the comm. Doc. Oh, I should warn you. I believe he has some form of latent mutations.
Iliad will
timing.
reply like, "Thanks, Doc."
Ah, yes. Where the hell are those damn cocoa beans? Oh, is the thing on still? Click.
Iliad looks down at the mouse. Why aren't you with your knight?
You are knight. Gee.
Duke is your knight.
But this guy's weird and I want to look at him.
Yeah, she's a mouse, so she's naturally curious of this guy. Her ears are twitching as we speak.
Just act like you don't speak English, all of a sudden it'll work.
She starts squeaking at him.
Just look at him. ¿Por qué?
She starts speaking Mousinese.
No.
We'll work on your chain of command later.
Like, so creepy. It's just such a little creeper. I love it. It's kind of. So I have this imagine. It's like a little kid with like a cracker, like walking around following you. Got a little,
Yeah.
got a little pack of
Don't
crackers.
you have parents?
Yeah.
It just doesn't say anything, it just stares at you blankly.
Eats the cracker, offers you one. Like one, it's already half eaten. Like, cracker. Like, yep, that's a cracker.
Exactly, yeah.
Mm.
It's just that this
Are you
is
talking about
flagrant
me or the
mouse.
food?
She points to the cracker and then points back at you.
Both. Oh, God. So, you've discovered this man's a ghost mutant. And over the next few days of conversation with him, like learning words and vocabulary and kind of expanding on it. And
Yes, that's actually a thing with Iliad's whole deal. He can learn the language really quickly.
yeah.
Kit could show.
Oh, yeah. And you have a couple people who can actually like read thoughts too.
No, do we?
No, we don't. Yeah, Red Rum is actually, yeah, you don't. Oh, they're all out. One of them went back to high rise.
It was at high rise.
Yeah, well, they all left. So that's no good. But yeah, Iliad can learn it really, really fast and get down the vocabulary. And he's able to speak this guy's language faster than he can learn yours. Because again, as a robot, you can just memorize it instantly.
Yeah, and he has the linguistics thing, which helps a lot.
So within like a matter of a few days, you're speaking at like a fairly semi-fluent, and you're able to carry on a conversation. What you learn from him is that where he comes from, apparently, is a large supercontinent with in a boreal forest. He was fighting something. Again, now this is a strange word, but you can kind of get like it might be pigmen, is what he's talking about, like a beast human pigman. And they were fighting in some kind of field, and some like large fire came down on them. Witchcraft, which you already know means, because he seems to think ghost mutations are sorcery.
Okay.
And it's like, that's not quite what that is, but okay. And
Right.
And there was some kind of event. Now he knows what radiation is, literally. He doesn't know where, like, how it's formed, but he knows like that's radiation. So when those guys were dead there, he knew it was radiation that did it. But he doesn't really know like what radiation is.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's like,
Okay.
yeah, radiation is the thing that does this, but we don't really know how to wield or control it, or even protect ourselves from it. We know it's an invisible fire. And he's like, yeah, there was basically a radiation had come through an invisible fire. There was a white light, and he was in that fucking ball. And he couldn't get out. But then he heard you guys on the outside, and he started banging on the walls.
Iliad will tell him, "You're very lucky that we found you."
He says, well, it wasn't the first time somebody had come onto the outside of the walls. He had been in there for a couple days.
Not the first time.
So you're thinking it was the first scouting party?
Yeah, that's what he's thinking. Like, yeah, some of those individuals that approached your tomb there were our scouts.
No, yes. And he says the white fire. Very unfortunate.
Do you know how they got laid out like that?
I heard a lot of motion outside after the first contact. There was combat. I don't know what it was, but then I heard scraping noises, something skittering or crawling. I can only assume it was the scorpions that you were fighting when we of the sphere.
Curious.
I
apologize. Was this fighting before or after those scorpions had approached?
Well, he says like after the first group had knocked on the sphere, there was the fighting with scorpions and then the moving.
Okay.
And then you came and the fighting with scorpions. He recognizes the scorpions. He's fought them before.
Do these scorpions usually lay people in respective positions?
He says these creatures, these shape shifters, they have strange customs. They were once men. And sometimes he feels that they have a small part of their mind that remembers what it was like to be men.
The scorpions did lay him out like that. All right.
He's like, they act like primitives. They're easy to confuse and trick, but their bodies are resilient. They have magics about them that prevent them from being taken with a bow.
That they do.
He's like, we have tried, muskets are almost no use against them. It's like they simply just send all of the shots back at you.
So he's definitely has fought these things before. And they have muskets.
Yeah, they do that.
And has Iliad learned like exactly where he's from? Like, has he given his place a name?
He has, and it's a proper noun that makes no fucking sense to you. Like, it's not in any of your history logs. It's not a country you've ever heard of. And the one thing too is the stars are different. Like on the night times, that's what he was asking earlier about stars. Like he wanted to see a star chart.
Oh, okay. Well,
so he could figure out where he was based off of the star having based off of where the stars were at. And when he looked up at the night sky in his first night, he was like, "Well, I don't recognize any of these."
Yeah. And the last thing he'll I'm assuming Iliad would have found out also is does he know anything about the Holy Purist Empire?
This one he knows about, but not in the context that you know it. But he does describe something very, very similar. Like a group of people that think that they're better than everybody else. He describes like a long-lived race of kings that like basically never vacate their thrones, and that they're very much about like the purity of bloodlines and maintaining it. So he's kind of confused by like the way you mean that. Like, but they do the same things. Like they ostracize the beast men. They don't allow them like Congress inside the any of the buildings. They're not allowed to like join in on conversation or own property. They're kept like outside the walls of the cities of that area.
Oh, so not even as horrific as the Purist Empire.
Yeah, if you describe like Witchburn to him, he's like, no, oh my god, no.
Like, what? No, are you okay?
Sounds like a republic.
Yeah, like that's horrifying. It's like they don't do that. No, I mean they don't. I mean occasionally there's a pogrom, but it's not that. And he's just like, why would you waste the resources? Like, there's so many greater enemies out there. As he like points out towards the deserts, like those things.
You are too right. You truly are an interesting individual. And then, did Iliad learn this guy's name?
Yes. So the closest approximation would be Miguelo.
Miguelo?
Yep.
Well, Miguel, you are a very interesting individual, and I think I have spent enough time learning your language that I could act as a translator, and I'm sure Domina has questions for you. I don't even know if that needs to be roleplayed out, because I don't know if
No, he doesn't
she
know.
would even inquire anything that Ilya doesn't already know.
So he basically he like resides within the fortress. He's kind of just hanging out. From what you could gather from him, he was essentially thinking he was a dead man. He was surrounded by those creatures. He had nowhere to go. His men were losing this battle with these pigmen. They were going to be cut down, and something came and saved him. And
He has no further recollection of like even what did that or why he's ended up here.
he has no idea. It was a white light, and there he was inside that sphere. He's like, he said things like this have happened before, but in the like things have come over to where he was. And like so when he saw like some of the technology, some things like didn't really surprise him that much. He's like, oh yeah, I've seen this. But then other things are like, I've never seen a toilet before. But this laser rifle, I know what this is. Like
Interesting.
It's like he would like regard, when he told you, like he regarded it as something like very special that would only have like 10 shots and that would be it.
Oh yeah, okay. So they no means of fixing it or charging it. They just very limited use magic items to them, essentially.
Yep.
Because Ilya does use that language with him too. He's not trying to correct him. He does call like, ghost
magic,
mutation, sorcery, stuff like that.
He's like, yeah, they would come through sometimes. You get it like the 10 shots out of it. It's done. And so when your flesh binder is also something he recognizes. He's like, oh, that's a relic. He's seen them in churches before. They're brought out rarely and they're used to heal like the very, very ill.
That's very lucky they would have that. This has been a lifesaver in my party many a times.
Yeah, no shit.
It's a shame that you don't get as much use out of them as I can.
No, it's he knows like he understands the idea of like a capacitor, like a battery of some kind. Like they have that vocabulary. They just don't know like how to get it full again.
So Ilya just essentially explains it as like their magic can recharge here.
Yeah, that fucking puts him like, oh my god, that changes everything. I gotta bring this shit back home. But that's him, and he'll kind of reside there. So this is an example of like a trans-dimensional event. The idea of like you have people and things that kind of come from other dimensions back and forth into the Mutant Epoch or into those other settings. And those are settings that we'll get to explore in the future as we expand upon the creative content in the Mutant. So we're gonna cut it there for the night. It's just about 10 o'clock on the East Coast, and we've got a pretty good session out of it just with this combat. You guys avoided most of these creatures because they're like, I'm not fighting stuff that shoots back bullets. Chickens.
Look, no, that was a very good idea we came up with.
It was a really good idea. Avoid the fight avoid the fight and win.
Exactly.
The only thing that can hurt us, avoid it.
Yes.
Yeah, no, you're right. I half expected you guys to try to pair them up against each other to make like hit one of them and have it shoot bullets, like dodge them or something.
I just in the rules, without our defense value, I don't see that really happening. I was like, oh, if like any of our smaller people get hit by like that barrage, they're dead.
They're dead. Or at least go for called shots to disable the creatures, so you're not doing as much damage.
That could have worked, yeah.
Yeah.
Or the rat could drive around like a psychopath.
Or drive like a nutcase. There's so as we get deeper into the high desert in the east, there's going to be more foglings like this with weird ass powers that counter what you do to them. So you'll have I do give them weaknesses like that, like again, called shot weaknesses, pair up like things where you get like line them up, they'll like do damage to each other. And that's going to be a kind of pretty consistent theme with the monsters going forward, is they're going to have things like that. They're going to have more stats, they're going to do more damage, they're going to grab things because you have like tanks and stuff now.
Yeah.
Yeah, so everything's going to be coming at you with those kinds of weapons and equipment. And this guy actually had a support for smaller one if you got out of the vehicle to fight them on the ground. It was this little fogling That was little baby spider. And its attacks were more in line with fighting a person. Does D10 plus 10 for a pincer, has a 75 strike value, 1d20 plus 8
our
poison.
fight was based on how we approach.
Yeah. So like it was like what you were doing. So if you were on foot, it was going to be these little ones with only like one or two of the big ones. But if you went full armor, I'm going to drop all the big ones instead because the armor can take the hit.
Too true.
Yeah. Want to make it interesting, make it challenging, make it the possibility of like losing something always is there. Get a lucky strike with one of the the other thing too is the little guys, they burrow to avoid your attacks. They don't have a dilettante shield, and they can use a cone paralysis spray. Obviously doesn't work on anyone who is wearing the radiation suits or like gas masks or a robot. So I think the mouse would have been the only one impacted. The mouse and Crazen, actually. I don't think they have gas masks.
Nah.
Got to get you some.
Gotta get some fitted to their head. So that's
angrily fixing his car now.
Like, he got so much damage. So mad. All right, that's the Mutant Epoch. We're doing a drink and draw Saturday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Over the Discord, links inside the description for the Discord. Join us. We did one a month ago. It was fun. We had probably about 12 people, I think, or 10, whatever it was, in there, all sharing art, chit chatting with each other. Live streaming what they were working on. Mutant Lord will be in there.
Blitzed.
Yeah, yep. We're gonna get blitzed. I'm gonna get blitzed off 2 beers again, and just paint the same spot on my dragon for 2 hours. That's what I did.
Having a good time.
You were like
they're painting the same scale. We're like, dude, I'm like, wait, I should probably do a different scale. It's freaking fun. So we'll be doing that again this Saturday. And this is going to be a more regular event. Hopefully, assuming everyone's schedules are clear, we can get it done once a month or once every other. And buy the Mutant Epoch at drivethrurpg.com or go to themutantepoch.com. You can pick it up and the expansion book. I'll leave a note at the beginning of this episode to be like, hey, my audio is off for like an hour 25. Whoops. My bad. Because OBS, if you're ever using OBS, you're streaming something, look at the audio mixer and make sure it actually has balance coming through, because I did not do that. Good job on mic checking. I swear I'm a professional. So yeah, join us in the Discord, join us in conversations, and I hope to see you in the Discord or here next week. And guys, again, thanks for playing, and see you next week. Gotta find the sign off button. It's over here somewhere.
Quickly.